Can I get some decent golden hour shots using this Nikon D5000? Well, I know it sounds like a really simple answer, and it must be a yes. But the reason I'm trying this is because this is a camera I'm not very familiar with. It's not mine, I'm borrowing this, and I very rarely use it. And I thought it'd be a really nice exercise to come out late in the evening as the sun's setting, which it is now. It's probably got a good hour before golden hour, so I thought I'd come out early to set myself up and try to get a couple of nice shots using this camera, just to show you how I would do it and or the results I'd get from this camera. That's the idea. You might wonder what's a Micro Four Thirds enthusiast doing taking pictures of an APS-C camera, a Nikon. Well, as much as I think Micro Four Thirds are fantastic cameras, or fantastic camera system, I've never really said it's the best camera system. What I really state is it's the best camera system for me, and it might not be the best camera system for you or anybody else, but it's the best camera system for me. And this Nikon D5000 might be the best camera system for you. And I think that it's horses for courses. You don't really just need to only use Micro Four Thirds or only use full frame. There's a whole big gambit of photography that you can use to take photos with. And using this Nikon D5000, I want to prove that to you and show you that, you know, I'm not immune to using any other format of camera, and that's why I'm going with this. I've only got one golden hour shot that I've thought about for this video, but I do really want to take a picture of the bridge over the River Witham, which is where I am right now in this bright sunshine. And I'm going to set my camera up now, I'll set the Nikon up now, and I'll take you through the process of taking a picture early, long before golden hour. So this is my settings. I've got set to base ISO. I've got 1/320th of a second and f8. That's the settings. I don't know if you can see this at all, but I will do my best to show you. And this camera happily has got live view. So if there's any chance you can see that, it'd be brilliant. I can see that live view there. I'm just focusing on the bridge. I've got the tower in the top, the spire, and also it's the bottom of the water, so it's a nice reflection. Got this leading line that leads towards it. I'm facing into the sun, which is a bit of a challenge. There's my shot on the back of the camera. I've almost got blown out highlights and two darks, so I'll experiment with this, but that's my first shot. It's supposed to be golden hour, but I just love the light in the river. It looks amazing, so hopefully I can get that and it'll come out very nice. That first shot was quite a challenge because I had to jump over that fence, and all the people around, the people in that pub, are all looking at me with very odd looks, thinking, what on earth is he doing? But that's what we have to do with sometimes when you're photography. You have to get into these odd positions to take the photo. I'm on to my next photo now, which I'm going to the university. But before I do that, I'm going to see if I can find a picture in the Cornhill area and see what I can do around here. I'm really impressed with Lincoln's bus station behind me. I think it's a really nice building in what is normally a medieval city. So I'm going to set the camera up now, try to get a picture of that building with the lights around it and see what I can do. I think I can actually see better for this image, and what I've gone for, I've just clipped the edge of the sign where it says Lincoln Central Station, and I'm just going to get the sweep around the station. Unfortunately, this shadow at the bottom of the shot is a bit annoying. I could really do without that shadow, but I really like the light on the bus station. I think it's nice. I really love this building. The actual light doesn't reflect very well on the camera. To my eye, it looks really golden and beautiful. So that's the live view. I'm going to take it off live view, and I've got 1/320th of a second, f8, exactly the same as my last shot, and I'm just going to take a shot. Lincoln is very much a university city, and some days, in fact every day, is packed with students, and you can guarantee they're always in the way of your shot, but sometimes it's all right. I really like that shot, the way the road snakes up to that church. That looks good. By the way, while I'm walking to my last destination, or the picture I wanted to take, I just wonder, have you subscribed? And if you haven't, why not? If you have subscribed, thank you very much. And why don't you subscribe? It would be really, really helpful for me. All you got to do is press the button. Thanks a lot. The light is looking really good now. It's starting to get low in the sky. My idea is to take a photo of that building there with the orange glow behind it with reflection in the water. Unfortunately, I didn't count on those reeds being in front of the water. But I'm going to try and take this shot anyway. It's the light's fading now. It won't be very long before it's a nice orange glow. And I'll set my camera up in a second, get ready. While I'm waiting for the light to go down, I thought I'd just mention that I'm actually a member of a camera club in Lincoln. And last night we had a talk from one of its members, a really, really good photographer. And he took this picture, and that's one of the reasons why I thought I'd come out and try and replicate this shot. And he was sort of explaining to us all about mindfulness and photography and how photography helps with people's mental health, how that you can go out with your camera and be alone and just you and the camera and try to get your shots. And it was really quite a moving presentation he gave. And one of the key things that I picked up from it was something that other people have mentioned, and that is just taking your time to take your photo. So normally I run around the streets taking photos, trying to get photos in a video, and I do it so quickly I don't think. But what he was telling us, just get to your destination, get to where you want to take your photo, just sit down for a while and just watch what goes on, watch what's happening, where the flow of people is, if you're into wildlife, where the flow of the birds are, for instance, or whatever. And just before you even take a photo, just sit down and relax, take some deep breaths and just, suck in the atmosphere, and you'll see lots and lots of different things other than the things you might have seen. You often miss lots of stuff. And I thought that was such a powerful presentation. And I'm going to try in this image to actually use some of that information that he's given us and just take and relax and take my time to try and get the right shot. These are the settings I'm currently going for. I'm leaving it f8 because f8 is a sweet spot for this lens. I've gone for 1/200th of a second and I've gone for base ISO. So I think that's going to be all right. What I really like about this camera, this Nikon, is it gives you a picture of the aperture ring. So as you increase, or not that one, as you increase or reduce the aperture, it makes the size of the image change, the picture on the back, and I really like that. I think it's really sweet. So you can really see it wide open, or you can see it f8, which is what I'm going for. Or might have to go for f8, and just reduce the shutter speed slightly. I've got center weighted exposure, so I'm just exposing for that building, so that I make sure I get that, at least that's that light. What I have noticed about this camera is it's got this ADL feature, and what that does, you can change the parameters on the image, and it in some instances it reduces the highlights and increases the shadows, and it appears to take raw files, which I find quite interesting. I've got the 1855 lens on the Nikon, and I think it's nice because it gives me that nice range. It gives me a nice wide angle, and I'm actually zoomed in a little bit on this, probably about 24mm, which would be, I don't know, about 18mm in my, or 20mm on my Olympus, but that's perfectly fine. It just gives me that little bit of edge to get the picture, and I think it's going to work well. So I'm going to take my first picture now, even though the light's not as nice as I'd like it to be. And I'm really hoping that the lights in the building come on to light that building up a bit more. But I'll take this first one. I'll take another one in 10, 15 minutes when the light really fades. And hopefully I can get a nice shot to show you. Sometimes it's worth looking at your surroundings. All of a sudden you'd see the moon in your shot just there, look, and then you can get a really nice shot of the university with the moon in the background. That is amazing. That's it, shots taken. How do you think I did with the Nikon? A very unfamiliar camera to me. Hopefully I got some nice pictures. I'll put them at the end so you can have a look. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, why don't you give it a like? That would be awesome. Thanks again. Cheerio.